Hello students, welcome to the channel. All geared up to start with a new lesson, isn't it? Okay, can you see this question? Which falls faster, the muffin or a moose? Yes, think about it. Take some time. We will be studying about it in this lesson. You know what? Years back, people falsely concluded that acceleration depends on the weight of the object, or more massive objects, they accelerate fast or reach to the earth with a more, what you can say, speed or in less time. These were some conclusions. But these conclusions were proved wrong in 16th century by Galileo, and he argued that irrespective of mass, all the objects fall towards the earth with the same acceleration, that is called acceleration due to gravity, and its value at that time Galileo predicted it to be 10 meters per second square. Later on, experimentally, it was determined to be 9.8 meters per second square, and the values are quite close, isn't it? So today let us talk about this concept of free fall. What is free fall? Any motion involving a dropped object that is only, can you see this highlighted word? Only acted upon by gravity. I mean to say there are no other forces acting on the body. Any motion involving dropped object that is only acted upon by gravity. Or you can say, these are all alternative ways of defining one and the same thing. Objects thrown upward, you can have the object thrown upward or downward, and those released from rest are examples of free fall. And it was a very important conclusion that in vacuum, when you neglect air resistance, all objects in free fall accelerate at the same rate. Can you see this highlighted word, same rate? In vacuum, all objects in free fall accelerate at the same rate regardless of mass. And what is the value of acceleration? The value of acceleration is equal to acceleration due to gravity g. And you know that now we know the value to be equal to 9.8 meters per second square. Why is this acceleration? Yes, you have learnt all these things in junior classes, that Earth attracts almost all the objects towards itself, and this force of attraction leads to acceleration, and the acceleration due to Earth's gravitational force of attraction is known as acceleration due to gravity. Here acceleration is equal to acceleration due to gravity, and its value is known to us. So these are some of the concepts. Now here, suppose if an object is thrown up, this will help you to solve the numericals also. If the object is thrown up, reaches a maximum height and falls down. What is the situation? When an object is thrown up, its initial velocity v is in the upward direction. And what is the direction of acceleration? You must remember the concept that the direction of acceleration is same as the direction of force. So the direction of force on this object is obviously in the downward direction, because Earth is pulling this object in the downward direction. So the acceleration will also be in the downward direction. At the maximum height, what is the value of acceleration? Acceleration is again 9.8 meters per second square, but its direction is in the downward direction only. But here at the maximum height, velocity becomes zero. At maximum height, momentarily the velocity of the object becomes zero. Then when the object is retracing or coming in the downward direction, so here again the value of g is in the downward direction, but the value of velocity is also in downward direction. So here v and g are anti-parallel, v and g are in the same direction. Here the value of v is 0 and g is in the downward direction. Now, have you ever heard about Galileo's law of odd numbers? Yes, we will see this. Actually, what happened? Galileo argued with proper mathematical, what you can say, statistical calculations, and which was proved to be accurately correct according to his predictions, that during free fall, the ratio of distance covered by the body is actually, you can say, in the ratio of odd numbers starting from 1. That means the distance covered in each second, in each passing second, the distance covered is in the ratio of 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7 and so on. This is something discussed as a very good example in your NCERT book also. For one suggestion for this particular thing, in vacuum all objects travel with the same acceleration rate. For this you can refer to the what you can say experimental videos, which are many experimental videos are there which are supporting this particular thing. You can refer to coin and the feather experiment, where a bottle which is evacuated and a coin and the feather released reach down with the same acceleration in the same time, because evacuated bottle means no air resistance. There the coin and the feather, they reach the bottom at the same time. But if we take air resistance into account, then of course you will find that the coin reaches first, the feather reaches later because of air resistance on the feather. So I would suggest you can refer to some experimental videos with coin and the feather. When you put this, you will get the videos. So let us see the Galileo's law of odd numbers. You can see the experimental video here. Now have a look at this figure. Carefully take time and look at the figure. What are you saying? You can see with each passing second, say initially when the time is 0, distance traveled is 0. When the time is 1 second, then the object is dropped. So initial velocity is 0 and the value of distance traveled, you are getting it to be 4.9 meters. After that, in the second, when time is 2 seconds, you are getting 19.6 meters. In the third second, t equal to 3 seconds, you are getting 44.1 meters and so on. So what is the conclusion? Yes? Okay, we can modify the equation of uniform acceleration. Here you actually had half at square, but now we are making the acceleration being equal to acceleration due to gravity and putting the values. For free fall, this term is 0 and we are getting it half the value of g being minus 9.8, it is in the downward direction, into t square in the first second. So what are you getting? S is equal to 4.9 meters, and this S is also negative because you are talking about displacement. So we are getting S is equal to 4.9 meters. Second, this is first second. In the second you are getting it to be 19.6 meters and so on. And when we take the ratio, it is the ratio of distance is in terms of 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7 and so on. This is Galileo's law of odd numbers. If I talk about velocity, then also I can safely conclude, if I talk about velocity, you always know what we mean by acceleration. That is, in each passing second, the velocity increases by 9.8 meters. Means, if I talk about velocity in the first second, when the time is 1 second, then the velocity increases by 9.8 meters, because you say acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meters per second square. In the second, when t equal to 2 seconds, velocity again increases by 9.8 meters per second plus 9.8 meters per second and so on. Means with each second the velocity increases by the factor 9.8 meters in every 1 second. That is acceleration. So our equations of motion get modified as v is equal to u plus at. This becomes u plus gt, and we have v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Here a becomes g, that is acceleration is substituted with acceleration due to gravity. Hence, looking at all these things, these are the modified equations of motion for free fall, and you can use these equations to solve the numericals. There you have to keep in mind the concepts about directions and use proper sign for displacement, velocity, acceleration in order to crack the questions properly. So looking at all these things, finally what did we conclude? Look at the figure. Whether it's an ant or an elephant, they both reach down with the same rate of acceleration. That means regardless of their mass or weight, both reach with the same acceleration. This is the beauty of free fall. Is it clear? Thank you.